So for some mobility and some stretching, we're going to use a tube. You could also be using a towel if you don't have a tube. If you're traveling or you're at home and you don't have a tube like this, a longer towel will work as well. It's just something that's going to allow you to have some resistance through that stretch. So we're going to do a little PNF stretching. I won't bore you with what that means. It's just an engagement of muscle activation both ways through a stretch. So first one we're going to do is our hamstring. So wrap that tube or towel around the arch of your foot, solid enough that obviously it's not going to slip off and hit you in the face, because that doesn't feel very good. And you're going to use the tube to start allowing some tension to start loading in through the hamstring. Slight bend in your knee right now. We don't want to have that knee straight because we're going to be limited by the endings of our tendons and ligaments and not getting into the belly of the muscle. We're going to hold this stretch for 15 seconds. Starting allowing this muscle, hamstring muscle, to start to release a little bit. At the end of that 15 seconds and for 5 seconds, I am going to start to resist by driving my knee back and my heel up to the ceiling for 5 seconds, which is going to add some more tension. At the end of that 5, I'm going to relax again and try and get this muscle to move a little bit farther. I'm going to repeat that 15 seconds. At the end of that 15, start to resist. And relax, and again trying to pull that a little bit farther. And repeat that steps 3 to 4 times on each side of that hamstring. Next one, we're going to do a little bit of the adductor and the hip. So keeping this in line here, I can either hold this here, or if it's long enough, wrap it around the back of my neck, which should be pretty comfortable. And I'm just going to allow that leg to open up. So we're going to start to stretch through the groin. Again, I'm going to hold for 15 seconds. Once I want to resist, I want to start lifting my foot back up to the center and putting pressure down in that tube, so I'm resisting that muscle. And then I'm going to relax and let it stretch a little farther. Again, holding for 15. Neck should be down, nice and relaxed and comfortable. If you can't get your neck down, put a little pillow underneath it so you're not fighting anything. You should be just focused solely on this groin. At the end of that 15, pressure down in that tube and lift. And then relax. When I'm lifting, I'm using these adductors as that major lift. So I'm resisting these adductors pulling up and then letting them relax so that the hip can open a little bit farther. And again, repeat that 3 to 4 times. Now we're going to get into the glute muscle. So letting that leg fall over without letting my whole body rotate over. So I want my shoulders to stay square on the mat. We're going to start to feel this glute grab. Pulling my heel up towards my head is going to activate this a little bit more. And the same idea, I'm going to give myself 15 seconds. Then I'm going to push down on the towel or the tube and try to lift my leg up for 5. And then release and relax and let it pull down again. Let it go a little farther, still making sure my shoulders stay square down to the floor. And then resist again. When I'm resisting, I'm activating that glute med, which is this guy right here. And then I'm relaxing again and letting it fall a little bit farther. So the same idea there, letting this all repeat 3 or 4 times. You can go 5 or 6 times. There's really not too much stretching that you can do, as long as it's still comfortable.